Over the Christmas break, I saw this story pop up and I damn near couldn't believe it. But every single time, all right, that I speak on the black community and how we need to improve, how we need to do better, and how I try to hold us accountable, I get flack for it, right? I get flack for it in the comments. I get flack for it with downvotes or whatever it is, but I don't care. Because at the end of the day, these are subjects and these are things and topics that need to be broached and need to be brought up and need to be put out into the spotlight in front of our community so that we can see how utterly ridiculous and how stupid we look. Well, we have these moments where we are taking lives and we are losing our freedom over just the stupid let's just watch it. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Let's just watch it. Nothing I can say can put this into perspective better than the video can. So let's just get to it.
New details on a fight between siblings that turned deadly on Christmas Eve. Investigators say shockingly began as an argument over who got more presents. This is Nightside. I'm Carolina Lead. Dave has the night off. In a story you'll see only on 10 Tampa Bay, tonight family members are speaking out for the first time about how this all went down. 10 Tampa Bay's Angelina Salcido spoke with them just a few hours ago.
Carolina, this family is going through an extremely tough time right now after losing a 23-year-old mom of two just a day before Christmas. Hours ago, they honored her life about a mile from here with a candlelight vigil. That's where I spoke to her mom off camera. She tells me that she was there when the shooting happened and is just trying to process all of this. But tonight, this family wants Abrielle Baldwin to know that she is loved and her kids are taken care of. The pain is unbearable. Candles illuminate photos of 23-year-old Abrielle Baldwin and her two babies. They're now left without a mom.
They're going to get taken care of regardless.
Ariana Birch is Abrielle's younger sister.
She was a really sweet person. She was just special.
I just want to go over what she just said just for a quick moment. I just want to pause here. Y'all got to excuse me, but I had to stop the video because she said they're going to get taken care of regardless. Well, it's not regardless. It's not regardless. When she says that, regardless is almost as if to say, well, it doesn't really matter what happened. The kids are going to be fine either way. Listen, these kids are not going to be fine. These kids lost their mother. I don't even know how to better explain the detriment and what the emotional damage that causes, losing your mom at such a young age. These kids look like they're no older than 6, 7, 8 years old. And you're on camera saying they're going to be fine regardless. No, it's not regardless, sweetheart. It's not regardless. They lost their mom, and now they have to go through the rest of their lives without someone that birthed them into this world. Without that connection. Without that connection. That's not fine. That's not regardless. That's sad.
The 21-year-old comforted by the love Bree's family and friends are showing tonight, but she's heartbroken.
She didn't know people cared about her. She thought nobody didn't care about her.
She lost not one, but 3 siblings.
I feel like everything is destroyed and taken from me.
Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri says an argument between her 2 teen brothers turned violent on Christmas Eve.
You got the 14-year-old who's mad at the 15-year-old because mom's not buying equal amounts of gifts.
Fight escalated once the family got to their grandmother's house in Largo.
He takes out his gun and tells him he's going to shoot him in the head.
When Abrielle stepped in, she was shot in the chest by her 14-year-old brother with his .40 caliber semi-automatic gun.
What she said was, knock it off. Leave it alone. Why are you doing this? It's Christmas.
Seconds later, deputies say his 15-year-old brother came outside and shot his brother.
Shot one time in the stomach.
We are not naming the teen brothers in this case because of their ages. The 14-year-old still in the hospital tonight after undergoing surgery. He is recovering, charged with first-degree murder. Those charges could later be upgraded. His brother is in a mental health facility getting treatment after threatening to take his own life. He's charged with attempted first-degree murder. A tough loss for this family to process all 3 siblings gone right around the holidays. In Largo tonight, Angelina Salcido, 10 Tampa Bay.
Deputies are still trying to recover a .45 caliber semi-automatic gun. They're also working to figure out if both guns used here were stolen and possibly used in other crimes in our area.
What a shit show. What a shit show. So, two siblings are out shopping with their mother. Actually, you know what? I have the article here. Let's pull it up so we can get more details. Florida teen accused of fatally shooting his sister in argument over Christmas gifts. Abrielle Baldwin, age 23, just 23 years old. The mother of a 6-year-old and an 11-month-old, they were even younger than I thought. Was fatally shot by her 14-year-old brother on Christmas Eve. Jesus Christ, man. A 14-year-old Florida teen fatally shot his sister in an argument over Christmas gifts, only to be shot moments later by his own teenage brother, authorities said. The argument started when the brothers, aged 14 and 15, were out shopping on Christmas Eve Sunday with their mother and sister and got into a spat over who was receiving more Christmas gifts. Are you serious, man? This is what... Listen. Christmas is supposed to be a time of giving. And unfortunately, in the black community, and not just the black community, but I'm focusing on the black community because I know I've been a part of it my whole life, right? And unfortunately, in the black community, it hasn't been focused on giving, it's been focused on getting. Christmas has been has been like, what am I getting, right? And I understand that for a lot of people, Christmas time is a time supposed to be filled with joy, supposed to be filled with family and all those things. But when the focus is, what am I getting? It's a problem. Obviously. 14 and 15 years old, not to mention, what are they doing with a gun? What is your 14 and 15-year-old son, your kids, doing with a gun? What are you doing with a gun? At 14 and 15 years old, I was still playing with wrestling toys. Yeah. Yep. At 14 and 15 years old, I was still playing video games. Told y'all I was a nerd. At 14 and 15 years old, I was still playing with my cousins, and we were still playing in the house, building forts. We wasn't thinking about no gun. We were still having fun. We was kids. The difference in the way I grew up and my childhood compared to today is mind-blowing. These kids are out here with guns at 14 and 15 years old looking to do harm. He ain't had a gun for protection. You heard them say they looking into cases now involving that particular gun. Now they want to know what other crimes you've been committing in the city. Says the argument started when the brothers aged 14 and 15 were out shopping. I read that part already. Let's keep it. After shopping, the boys, their mother, the 23-year-old sister, Abrielle Baldwin, and Baldwin's 2 young children, ages 11 months and 6 years old, went to their grandmother's home in Largo, where the argument continued. That's when the 14-year-old brother stood in the doorway. He took out his .40 caliber semi-automatic handgun and he pointed it at his brother and told him he was going to shoot him in the head. Over gifts. The 14-year-old tried to get his 15-year-old brother to fight, and an uncle ended up separating them and moving the 14-year-old outside into the driveway area. That's where he found Abrielle carrying her 11-month-old baby in a carrier. She told him, "You all need to leave that stuff alone. Why are you trying to start it? It's Christmas." The 14-year-old argued with her, called her derogatory terms. No respect. No respect at all, man. These kids have no respect. How was you raised? Trash. These kids are trash. Trash. Black trash. That's what these kids are. Y'all can get mad at all y'all want to. These kids are trash. 14 years old, argue you calling your sister's names because you feel like you're getting less gifts? This over gifts? You threatening to kill, you take your brother's life over gifts? You trash. And shot her in the chest as she was holding her infant in the carrier. She fell and the baby fell too, but was unharmed. The 15-year-old brother then came outside, took out a .45 caliber semi-automatic handgun of his own. "You shot," and exclaimed, yelled out, "You shot my mother effing sister," and shot the 14-year-old one time in the stomach. The sheriff said that there was an 8-second gap between the time the 14-year-old shot Abriel and before he himself was shot. At the time he was shot, he was no longer in possession of his gun. The 15-year-old then ran, threw his gun in a nearby yard, and fled to a relative's house in Clearwater. Abriel was taken to a hospital and died of her wounds. She was just a woman going about life, doing her thing with her 2 kids. Now you got an 11-month-old and 6-year-old boy and their mom's dead. 14-year-old underwent surgery and was stable. He will be released from hospital to the State Department of Juvenile Justice. He's out of here. The 14-year-old was charged with first-degree murder, child abuse, and being a delinquent in possession of a firearm. The county state attorney's office will determine whether or not he'll be charged as an adult. He should be. Get him up out of here. When police found the 15-year-old brother in Clearwater, he made self-harm statements and was taken to a mental health facility. His life is over. He will be charged with attempted first-degree murder and tampering with physical evidence. The .40 caliber handgun the 14-year-old used to shoot his sister was recovered, but the .45 caliber gun that the 15-year-old used has not been found, officials said. What a tragic case. This is the black community. Unfortunately, this is the black community. Let me bring up their photos so you can see both of these clowns. There they are right there. 14 and 15 years old with handguns running around terrorizing your city. No doubt. Arguing over fucking gifts. This is the black community. Do better.
Whirlwind, my life's been a whirlwind ever since I let go of foundations. I've been watching the world end. Tell me, is there anybody coming in the name of a savior? The mind is a beautiful tool we can use when the world needs shaping. There when the pain needs facing, going when these hoes need caping. Stood 10 toes, not a